Hello, welcome to Lockdown Shea Tatnall, and I want to talk today about the value of multi-site fungicides. Obviously we're coming to the end of the use period of Bravo now, chlorothalonil, but we still have Folpet and other multi-sites, but we've also got new highly active single-site chemistries coming through, and there's a debate about the value of multi-sites going forward. So I thought I'd talk to you about that. Frankly, the value of multi-site stays the same. The products are different, but the value stays the same. So come and have a look at this chart I'm going to draw. First of all, imagine a chart like this. And on this axis, we have control. I'll put a big C in there for control. I hope you can see that. And on this axis, we have time, and a big T for time. And imagine this is agriculture, so we're talking several seasons here as time goes by, okay? So that is the chart we've got. And then imagine you've got your multi-site, okay? So in this case, let's call it Folpet. And Folpet is going to provide you, as in the blue line, with a level of control, steady over time, through the years, regardless. Not necessarily the biggest level of control, but a steady level of control. And then imagine you've got a new single site chemistry coming into the market, a new mode of action or a new molecule. And when you launch that molecule, you get a very high level of control to start with. So you're up here, let's say, with very high levels of control. And then over a few years, control seems really good. And then maybe resistance starts to come in, and that control starts to decline over time. And gradually, if you do nothing and you're just using the product on its own, it will decline down to zero. Now that can take different amounts of time depending on the chemical and the mode of action, but inevitably that's how it goes. The shape of the decline curve also varies by mode of action and chemistry, but that's where you end up. Imagine now a situation where you are mixing a multi-site in with your single site chemistry. And let's imagine that the blue line this time is the single site plus the multi-site. So to start with, because you're getting very high level of control from your single site, you don't really notice a great deal of difference. And the tank mixture performs very similarly to the single site on its own. But behind the scenes, the multi-site is protecting the chemistry. And at the point where the single site declines on its own, the multi-site in tank mix partner continues to make the mix work. And that inevitable decline in the performance of the single site is delayed, and you get a curve like this over time, where eventually, of course, resistance starts to kick in to the single site, but very much delayed due to the presence of the multi-site. And in the end, you end up eventually with performance down again at the level of the multi-site. So two things about multi-site activity. Firstly, when people say, what's the value? Well, this area here, the area between the two curves, this is the value of the multi-site. It's the area, the increased number of years that the single site continues to work and the performance of the tank mix stays stable. And the second point is this phase here. Everyone in this phase will be saying that the multi-site isn't worth it, or they may be saying that. And they may even, in the tank mix, continue to say that for another period of 1 or 2 seasons. But the fact is that the longer you don't see the multi-site benefit in a way, the better it's doing. The longer performance stays up here at this high level, the better. So that is the value of multi-sites in the tank mix. Thanks very much.